NFL's about to start. What if Wednesday? What if the Bears won the Super Bowl? I'd go crazy.
That'd be kind of cool, I guess. I meant to blow my nose before we started, and then the counter was at like 15 seconds, and I knew there wasn't a chance that was going to happen. So now we deal.
Yeah.
Now we deal. What if Wednesday?
What if Wednesday?
We in here. Sorry, guys. I am tired as hell today. Not the usual energy because I was just telling Shep last night. Back when we first started talking about what if, and I was talking on my jazz, being like, "This ain't the one, bro. This ain't the one to be staying up every Tuesday night to catch at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday." And now this has been the only Disney Plus MCU show that I have stayed up every single Tuesday to catch this show at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So it makes for some long nights not being a night owl,
I caught this one at about 3 p.m. So
yeah.
Different. A little different there.
Well, I guess should we just get this one out of the way today, or should we still save it for last like we usually do? Get into our other stuff?
I don't know. We definitely breezed through the other shit pretty quick.
That's true. I feel like I don't have a whole lot from this week.
We got Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi's the big one. Yeah. Shang-Chi, we caught it last Friday in the IMAX. And I had a great experience watching it the first time in the IMAX. The theater was pretty packed, too, which was cool. Like, it was cool to be in a big crowd seeing it.
Yeah.
Had some surprises along the way, for me, anyways. For me, because I saw it again last night by myself, and I'll get back to this, but my crowd was very interesting last night. I'll get back to that. But so watching it last night, though, I just sat back in the back row and just I don't know. I usually watch shit like this at the IMAX so much that sometimes it's nice to go back and just get that intimate theater experience with it, I guess.
Yeah.
And so just kind of watching it last night and picking it apart, there's no doubt about it. It is absolutely 100% my favorite MCU movie because I personally think it's the best made MCU movie. I just think the way it's crafted, as a film. And I think we're about to see a lot of this. I think we've already seen a little bit of it with the Disney Plus shows and stuff. But a lot of the directors and stuff that they're getting for this new lineup are people who do indie stuff, Oscar-winning films, and it's their style is bleeding into this, and it's really cool. And it's some of the best action, hands down. I don't even think there's any competition in any other MCU movie on the action in this movie.
Well, yeah, because it's live action kung fu.
Yeah.
They're really doing the moves and shit. So
I love kung fu, and that's the thing about this movie is it's there's so many things about it that I just love from pre-existing stuff. The kung fu, the storytelling, the director. I love Simu Liu because I fuck with Kim's Convenience super hard. I make everybody watch that show. It's one of my favorite shows. So when he got cast as Shang-Chi, I was like, you best believe it. We're out here. Kim's Convenience gang. And then Awkwafina. I love Awkwafina. And it just does not feel like anything. This would be the 25th, right? Yeah. Because Black Widow was the 24th. So this would be the 25th movie. And it feels like nothing that came before it. It honestly, because even Black Panther was dope, but it still felt like a Marvel movie. You know what I mean? There's something this level of corniness to it, almost this little comic book sheen to it that you're this feels like a Marvel movie. No matter how different they play it. But this one was something that it was a Marvel movie, but it didn't feel like a Marvel movie, which was refreshing. Plus, I really fuck with Asian films too, and just that whole style of filmmaking.
Yeah.
And honestly, the fight scenes in this are fucking amazing, dude. Honestly, rewatching them last night, I'm just dude, this shit is fire as hell. The choreography and everything. And when I found out who the dude was that shot this movie, the cinematographer, it's this guy named Bill Pope. Apparently, he did The Matrix, and he also did Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And I'm like, dude, this makes so much sense. Like knowing that now, it's like that makes so much sense because that dude can really shoot a fight scene. You
Yeah.
know? Like he's got this certain like visual pop to him.
No,
And
it was
it was dope.
it was a dope movie. I think it was Black Panther level as
Oh,
far as like changing things up, turning the box, being a different like change up to the regular lineup of the shit we get throughout the movies and whatnot. As far as like the team ups and like the original guys were all pretty much tight knit, cut the same.
yeah.
Uh,
I was gonna say that even though the movie is called Shang-Chi, like, and it is his origin story, like, especially watching it that second time through, this is definitely a movie about an entire family, like not just Shang-Chi. Like, this movie is about his entire family, like, because
well, yeah.
they all go through so much shit, like from beginning to end, and it's really cool. It's really cool to see.
And yeah, very much so, and that definitely plays into like what I was saying about. I was going to say that they had a good villain in this one too. It wasn't the really bland, oh, I'm just gonna rip off your powers type of villain thing. Uh, he kind of at first comes across like that, like, oh, just a businessman trying to gain everything in the world and shit. Okay, I see. And then when you find out his like true reasoning for doing what he's doing, it's like, oh, damn, okay, well,
You really feel for the guy.
yeah, you do, and it's like, all right, I definitely put him on a level of Killmonger for sure,
Definitely, definitely.
because Killmonger was definitely a very dope ass villain, in my opinion.
So that's the pattern I see is that Marvel's best villains are always intertwined with stories that have to do heavily with like family, and villains that are like empathetic, like you can get it, like you understand where that villain's come from. That's why Loki, Thanos, Killmonger, like these are the best villains because they're all say win woo in this situation. Like they're all just like you get it, you can sympathize with these people.
Yeah, Thanos still number one. I mean, you'll never top him.
My number one, because some people can debate this. I guess if we had to keep it to movies, he wouldn't make the list. But in my personal opinion, the Netflix shows are in the MCU, and so with that being the case, Kingpin is got to be my number one. I
Kingpin's up there.
I like that Kingpin and Daredevil Netflix show.
Thanos is still like to me number one.
He's good. He's good. But Kingpin,
Reality is often disappointing. He's still so quotable.
So when I saw it last night, as opposed to our big crowd, it was a smattering of people, and so like I'm in the back row, but there's a dude like 2 rows in front of me who's there by him. So he even checked to see if anybody was behind him, like when the trailers ended and the movie started, like the lights dimmed. He's like, let me just check. And like as the movie went on, I get why he checked behind him to see if anybody was there. Because this dude got into it, like, and it's funny because like there was a few people there, but a lot of them got super, super into this movie, dude. And I'm like, what did we all come to this showing stoned as fuck? Like, so like there was somebody like up in the front, like this couple who just both had this really like loud laugh to them, so they're dying at all the jokes, they're laughing, and like the one of them can't laugh without clapping. So there was a lot of that throughout the whole movie. That just and I feel like they're
Nice.
like it was so funny to watch like this shit from the back to like watch the whole audience go through all it because I feel like their energy fed into the other people in the room. Because then like this other person started laughing like louder, and then another person started laughing louder. But this dude in front of me, he's sitting in his seats, and like especially when the fight scenes came on, this dude was going like he's bobbing and weaving, like he's like up and down, like he's just, bro. He was so into it. He was so into it, and I
Some
love
people vibe out, I guess.
Oh, I fucking loved it. It made me get more into it. I'm just like I'm invested. I'm absorbed because man, those fight scenes, like honestly, I could watch just those fight scenes on a fucking loop. Like they're all beautiful. Like they're amazing fight scenes, dude. Like I don't know which one's my favorite.
We're talking kung fu. One of my favorite of all time still is Ong Bak, like
I
hands
still
down.
haven't seen On Bak. I've heard it's good.
Bach is a very good one, man. Tony Jaa, my man's.
Woo,
Why he wasn't in this movie, I don't know, but like maybe he'll be in a future one because I'm sure he's still somewhere on this earth kicking ass.
I had a thought when I saw this last night. I was like, could you imagine if the Mortal Kombat movie we got was half as good as this? Because I'm like watching this, I'm like, if this was like what the Mortal Kombat movie was like Mortal Kombat would have been lit as hell. Like that would have been dope as fuck.
We'll see where they go with Mortal Kombat.
We'll see where they go with the Ten Rings because it seems like the Ten Rings are gonna just like I like it's just an idea. It's not even a rumor. Like it's an idea somebody has thrown out there. But I'm here for it. Essentially, like a Disney Plus show that's just like the Ten Rings Fight Club. Essentially, like so like all the episodes are just like fights against like fucking different like Marvel characters that are just floating about. I'm like, dude, I'm here for that shit. Like that sounds like so much fun. Maybe not exactly that, but like we'll see. What if? What if? You know, that's what they're setting up. Anything could happen.
So are you gonna rate the Shang-Chi?
Oh, give it a rating. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. This might be gratuitous, but honestly, I'm feeling a little gratuitous. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I was gonna say 9 out of 10, but then I was feeling gratuitous.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10 myself.
Check back with me at the end of the year. It might be a 9 out of 10, like then, but like I'm still riding the high of it. Like I'm probably gonna go see it in theaters. Like this is the first movie this year that I'm like, no. I'm gonna go see that in the IMAX again. Like I want to go live that experience. I felt like a little kid on Friday night when we saw that, like because I was so into it. I was like wide eyed. I'm like, this is like going to see Harry Potter for the first time when I was little. I'm just like, this shit's fucking amazing.
It was lit. It was good.
I was into it. I was definitely, and I've seen a lot of that like on the internet. There's like the people who, like basically, there's like the people who have reacted like me and the people who have reacted like you. Like the people who are like chill about it and they're like, yeah, man, it was a good movie. Like I fucked with it. And then there are people like, nah, dude, that shit was changed my life. Like that was amazing. Like that was, you know. But
yeah,
it was good, man. So what's your score? You said 9 out of 10 as well.
there you have it. There you have it, folks.
Oh yeah,
It's dope ass movie. I really, like I said, I fucked with it. I enjoyed it.
it's great. I even feel like it's one that even if you don't watch Marvel stuff, I feel like you still enjoy it. Unless you're not into fantasy stuff, or kung fu, which in case just sit down. Don't worry.
I don't know.
Sit that one out.
I don't know. Besides that, like what shows? I mean, the heel show's still pretty lit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one they're doing some good shit with. I don't really remember it at the moment, but I know some fire shit went down within it, and I'm hooked. I'm waiting for Sunday. That's all I know is I was off Sundays, and I was like, oh shit, that's right. That shit just drops on Stars. Like I don't have to wait for it. And I was like, shit, I'm gonna watch this because I had nothing else going down.
Yeah, that's one I'm just gonna have to binge when it's over. I think at this point.
But it's legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. And Rick and Morty wrapped up.
Yeah. Again, another one I need to binge here soon.
Yeah, that's one that's finally.
How'd you feel about the season overall?
Like
that far in, so
overall, so like when I was watching, I think I was telling you the other night when I was watching the finale episodes, it broke them into 2 episodes. And like the first one I was watching it, like this makes zero sense. Like none of this makes sense that they're just gonna do some random ass storyline here at the end. Right. And like I thought we had an hour finale or some shit like that. And like it's like, yo, this makes no sense compared to how well they've tied in little things throughout the rest of the season. But then, by the 10th episode, it gets back into it. You're like, oh, okay, I see what, there's a little continuation there and shit like that. Yeah. But I think overall, as a whole for the season, they switched things up. I think they're kind of bouncing back. They're hitting their stride. A lot of people said like they fell off with it just kind of being like the same old shit every season, doing the same old shit. I think this season swapped it up. did its own thing because they didn't have like the intergalactic TVs or anything like that. You know, they didn't even fuck with that this season.
That's dope.
Yeah, so it's like they really, at least that I know of. Maybe I missed an episode. I don't think I did, but maybe I did. Uh, but shit, not, you know, in a month I'll catch it on DVD because I got all the rest of them on DVD. So fuck it.
I feel the same way. That's how I felt when I first dropped off in this season. I'm like, I'll buy it when it comes out. Catch up.
Mhm.
Um,
They're nice just to throw on and watch. You know,
they are. I still find them pretty rewatchable. I do. We were talking about it the other day how that live action like bumper has been going around with Christopher Lloyd and the kid from fucking It.
Mhm.
I love it, dude. I love it. I never would have thought of that kid for Morty, but he is perfect. And the fact that they got Christopher Lloyd because Rick and Morty was originally based off Back to the Future, like, oh, that was pretty. That was a pretty dope cast. Again, another person that for whatever reason never would have come to mind if I was thinking
No.
about live action. But they're both perfect, and I loved it. I would love to see something come of that, but I don't think it.
Let's see, the Titan show. People are still pissed off about it. I'm sure. I don't know. I just watch it for what it is. Still,
Yeah.
it's different, but this one, I don't know. All I have to say is Dick Grayson be banging every girl up in that show. Every girl. There's a girl in that show. You just guaranteed Dick Grayson banged her.
They
I
don't call him
promise
Dick
you.
for nothing.
I was just like, damn, bro. Yeah, like I guess that's why they call him Dick.
Mhm.
At least that's who's writing the show. Feels like.
That's what they took from the comments. Well, his name is Dick Grayson.
He
What
likes
is
to fuck.
yeah, right.
It's like, damn, homie, slow down, bro.
Batman's protege as
It's
well.
like oh, why is Barbara Gordon mad at you, Dick? Did you maybe have sex with her and then not hit her back? Yep.
Um,
Yep. It's like, oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, what I figured. It's getting repetitive, but it's all right. You know.
um, there's a new show on Hulu with Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez. It's called Only Murders in the Building. I believe they're 4 episodes deep now. I'm loving it. I love it. I love a good mystery and I love a good comedy, and I feel like this is a real good blend of. And like I saw somebody like describe it as wholesome. I'm like, I don't know about wholesome. Like I don't know if I be like, yeah, grandma, this is good wholesome entertainment for you. Like there's a lot of swearing and shit in it, like innuendos and whatnot. Like,
You and
but
you.
at the same time, there is something about it that is kind of wholesome in a weird way. Like it's some R-rated wholesomeness. I like it. It's a pretty good show, and I'm curious to see where it's going.
Yeah.
Building the mystery nicely. Plus, it honestly made me like miss watching like Steve Martin and Martin Short stuff. I was like, this is actually really nice.
That's cool.
And they're like in their 70s, like they're almost 80. I'm like, God damn. Again, we were talking about it on Monday. Like to get up to that point and be looking that good still, like that's a blessing.
Must be nice.
Oh yeah,
But I'd be like, no, I'm ready.
right. Where's that Hulu contract at 80? Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Look at you go, Steve Martin. Uh, but yeah, it's a good one. I'd recommend. Other than that, I don't know. Still watching a lot of Desus and Mero. I don't know. That's
You can
it.
check out Apple and Onion if you're feeling like some cartoon shit. Apple and Onion's always a good time. Just gotta
Uh,
throw that out there. Had a baller wrestling pay per view over the past weekend, all out, baby. They definitely went all out for it too. Very lit.
oh yeah.
I got pretty lit myself until I ran out of vodkas.
So
Then
I
it
guess
stopped. Then the party slowed down.
if there's nothing else,
No,
gotta
gotta get
talk
to
about
what if.
what if
Getting us a little spooky with this week's episode.
they did. They did. Um, I don't know. It was all right. It was all right. It was just okay, in my opinion.
You're just all right in it.
But it's like, what do you, at the same time, it's like, Chase, what do you expect? Like, the fuck did you expect from like Marvel Zombies? I feel like I didn't have to read the comic book to like have expectations either which way, like of what Marvel Zombies was going to consist of. Although I honestly didn't know that they had their like powers still. I thought that was interesting.
I thought that was dumb.
You thought it was dumb? I thought it was dumb, but low key, I was like, that's scary as hell. Like if
I mean, that's terrifying, but like,
we lived in a world where those people existed and they turned into zombies, but we're still able to do that fucked up, like that would be insane, dude.
there's two things I want to say.
Dude,
There's two things I want to say about it. One, if they're gonna do that, at least make the people be fucking normal as well, but just zombies. Like,
right.
make me be like, man, I don't give a fuck. I'm just standing up like, I don't give a shit. Because that's how I feel like I'd be as a zombie. Two, spoilers. Why'd lady have to stay tall? Like, you're trying to save the day. If you're trying to save the day and you know you're about to die, shrink.
Yeah,
Fucking
right.
shrink.
Yeah.
You know you're going to become a fucking zombie when you die. Like, I called that a mile away when she fell back down. I said, okay, well, now they're going to have a fucking zombie that can step on people.
Right?
Like, oh, that's gonna be great. That's not no. Oh, there's live people in this building. Here, let me shake them right into my mouth like a fucking monster.
With Hank Pym, he still was able to shrink, so she's still able to shrink. Because like he was a little zombie, that's what started the Avengers off. Because Hank bit Iron Man.
I guess that is very true, but at the same time, it's like
That's
you could have tried.
You can't even see. Fuck that noise.
Those pin particles got to run out at some point. And if you're gonna say that they're smart enough to make more pin particles and put them in this shit,
Then why are they even zombies?
yeah. At that point, why are they zombies? Interesting episode, I thought, in certain aspects of it. Vision feeding people to Scarlet Witch.
I did like that.
That was fucking kind of morbid.
Yeah. I forgot. Again, this was another week where I'm like, yeah, this shit is not for kids, Like,
I loved all of Paul Rudd's dad jokes that he kept saying like that. Like when he was talking about Hank Pym, it's like, I wish you could chew me out one more time. Ha, zombie joke.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Like, it was just like, all right, this shit's funny. This shit's wild.
Shout out to whoever did Spider-Man's voice. You did a good Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I felt like they did a good Tom Holland. I feel like most of them that they've gotten that's like not the actual actor, they've done a pretty good job. But like I feel like some of them you're like, that's not Scarlett Johansson.
Right. I don't know, like interesting how they left it on like a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's right.
I like
Thanos
zombie with 5 Infinity Stones. Like,
yeah.
That's where I was like, get out of here! Like, come on, now. That's
right.
What does he got? What does he want to do with those? Like brains, like.
I don't know, man. Again, like, I agree with you, and at the same time, it's still scary. Like, okay, like, sure, if I'm giving them the absolute benefit of the doubt, okay, sure, that's a scary concept, but like, also that's dumb. That's
like,
stupid as hell. Like, why? Like, why do they still know how to do these things, but they're zombies? Like, what's the deal? Like, just because they're like cannibalistic? Because at a certain point, what happens is humanity just now you're all zombies. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Well, I guess they like also just eat people and don't turn them into zombies. I guess that happens as well. So I don't know. I feel like
I don't know. I'm just more interested, I guess, to know if next week is part 2 of that, or if they're like, nah, that's like season 2 shit.
Yeah, you know what? I've been wondering that about a lot of these cliffhangers, like the one at the end of episode 2 with Peter Quill and shit when his dad shows up. Like, I'm like, okay, are we going to see that pay off before the end of the season, or is that going to be in season 2? Because there's going to be 9 episodes, so this was episode 5, so we got 4 more to go. Yeah. I think all the episodes are building up to like something. I feel like they're all going to be tied together.
Oh yeah.
Way here soon.
They just keep throwing Hank Pym under the bus.
They have been too, dude. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Hank Pym. He's a nutbag. Fuck him.
He's crazy, I guess, according to them. But no, it's pretty dope. It was wild. It was a different episode.
I feel like
Another team I had never thought to put together, but I was like, okay.
of the five, I would put this second to last. But Agent Carter at 5, this at 4, uh, probably T'Challa at 3, and then I don't know, maybe the Doctor Strange at 2, and the murder mystery one at number 1. But I might flip my 1 and 2. I don't know. Well, let's see how the Doctor Strange one plays out, because in hindsight, how all the puzzle pieces fit in, that could probably change that ranking a lot.
We'll see. We shall see at some point in time.
We shall see.
What if we didn't though?
I was gonna say, what if we didn't?
What if they just were like
that joke a billion times? We got to come up with a different what if.
what if they were like, it's a joke, we played you and you're a fool?
This is all in Howard the Duck's head.
What if they just re-release Captain America 1?
Time loop.
They're like, we're doing it. Woo!
You know how fucking funny that'd be? I feel like Marvel nerds on the internet would still low-key go crazy for it. They'd be like, as you see here, it's a time loop. Do you get it? They started re-releasing the movies because in the movies they set this time loop, and now see they're looping, and it's like, yeah, we get it. You're giving them a lot of money to see the same movies.
If I made as many movies as Marvel has, and I knew there's lost interest, nobody was really caring anymore, but one certain group of people that wasn't pulling in enough money for us, I would probably end everything on that. I'd probably hit up RDJ and be like, listen, I'm gonna film something for you. Yeah, for Iron Man 1. We're gonna de-age you back to how you looked then. And I'd do the end of it. I'd do the end of it like that. Fuck it, let's go through this time loop. And it's go through the time loop, see him there, and you're like, peace. And then that movie ends. So it's you can just put the first movie back on and watch them all over again.
Right.
Maybe it'll be, no, it's the same.
I was going to say, but I do that already.
Everybody does that already. So
we all watch this shit on a loop.
I haven't watched all of them. I think it's been about a year since I did that.
This year it's taken me a little longer to get through it than usual because I have seen so many of them so many times. I think honestly the movies, I've seen them all a minimum of 5 times a piece, all of them, every single one, and the earlier ones probably even more than that. And then a few later ones that are dope to go back to more often than others. I've seen them 6, 7 as well. All the shows currently, all the Disney Plus shows, I've seen a minimum of twice. So that way they're all on par. When I go back to rewatch them all at the end of the year, I can say I've watched them all 3 times. So
I guess I'd feel that.
I don't know. It's crazy. It's very easy to be like, yeah, what's your favorite franchise? Easy. It's not even a
DC.
There's no thought process for me. I go straight to Marvel. As far as movie franchises go, I'm gonna say Marvel every time, just because there is so much rewatchability for me. One more thing I'm gonna say about Shang-Chi while I'm thinking about it. There was an exact moment the first time we saw it in the movie where I was like, bro, I cannot wait to see more of this guy in this universe. This dude is a fucking superhero. It was that scaffolding fight. When that went down and he's and Katie was hanging from the bar and he just runs through and he's flipping through the bars and shit. I'm like, bro, this guy get this guy a chair at fucking Avengers Tower because this guy has what it takes. I'm hyped. I'm glad Aquafina made the cut too. I'm glad she's an Avenger. Okay, everybody's getting an Avengers card. You get an Avengers card,
Somewhere we're gonna hear that X-Men music hit in, and it's gonna be like,
bro.
now we're talking. Now we're tucked down. Hell yeah.
You lit.
That's what I'm talking. Bring on the mutants.
We're almost there.
I just want to see Gambit. I just want to see a baller ass Gambit before this shit is done.
Maybe someday.
I'm hoping.
Maybe someday soon.
Hoping. What if
What if
we included Gambit in our stuff?
There we go. Well, alrighty. That's it. That's it.
Goodbye.
I wish I could pull a Mr. Rogers, go change my shoes and stuff, put on my flops and.
We reached that time of the day.
In the neighborhood.
Time.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. It's What If Wednesday. Catch you next time.
What If Wednesday? Like, subscribe. Catch you next time. We're doing dope. We're doing dope stuff. Don't worry.
We're doing dope.
Smooches and deuces. Peace.